Hello everybody, sorry I'm a bit late, but I had to get my tea. Ooh, it has worked. Except for my webcam, which has not. Lovely. There we go. Boom. Because I moved it. There we go. Hello everyone, how are you doing? I need to put my glasses on. It is an afternoon, Alex. It is indeed Trevor. How are you doing, my friend? I've just literally got done with a huge, it's not huge, but a lengthy edit of the podcast. So I'm thinking that's done for the week. Well, I'm probably do more of it because I want to get these episodes out quickly. We can get on with some games. As you can see, I'm going to play some more Danganronpa. But good news, which I'm going to save for today. I think I may have found a secret workaround for my laptop problems, because I have discovered a thing called a wireless Wi-Fi connection thing I can stick into the back of the monitor, which will then be detected by the Wi-Fi of my receptors on my laptop, so I could then just put OBS on that and then play games through the laptop, and it should circumvent it. Which I can finally play the long-awaited Frog Fractions. But we'll see if that works. It's going to come some point during the stream as it happens. So if I have to leave really quickly to pick that up, that's what I'll be doing. Yeah, how are you doing today, Trevor? How's your day been? Giving time to afternoon meetings slightly here. Well, if there's one thing we can do is kill time, and hopefully kill the person who has killed whose name I can't remember. Can't remember. It's not Sayori. Sayori is Sayori is the name of the character from that game, Book Literature Club. Yeah, and also getting a mic on as well, so it should give you some more space on my desk and have less interfering noises. So, I messed up last time. I didn't quite do something quickly, and I got it wrong too many times. So I have to figure out what I did wrong. Whether you want to come Saturday, I really want to do delivering what was at my desk. Try, you know, but do it just before the stream, so you're like rushing for time, trying to be tardy.
After all,
not to be tardy,
the girls' rooms are the only ones with walk-in bathrooms, right?
So, let's try and figure out what we're going here. I don't know if I'm starting from the beginning of this.
Yes, now that you mention it.
Hopefully it's just from that point where I failed.
Then why didn't your bathroom door open?
Because it was stuck.
It was stuck.
Huh? What are you talking about?
What kind of monitor are you getting, Trevor?
My bathroom door doesn't fit in the frame quite right. Monokuma over there can testify to that.
Yep, true as true can be. But you know, you're supposed to...
So the reason the door didn't open was just because it was stuck.
Yep.
But the killer didn't know that and assumed it was locked. So they tore apart the door
Lily,
to get in.
27-inch 4K. Ooh. Those sound like numbers I don't understand, but 4K is good. And I guess clear picture, big, it's crisp, good.
Okay, but then why
good-
would the killer
the good
even
looking
think the
video,
door was
sorry.
locked in the first place? Everyone should have known you can't lock
The killer could easily make that mistake.
Killer convinced the bathroom's locked, so they didn't know that the bar door could actually be locked. Let's put more detail on the scene. Expiring.
I got it! The killer must not have realized. What? Are you saying?
And yet, he...
Say what?
What?
Well,
Yep.
to be what the killer didn't know was that Makoto, which is what led to the misunderstanding about the bathroom.
Then there would have been a lock on the door, and they would have had to break through.
So they had no idea how unnecessary their actions were.
Yes.
Ultimately, we can't know if it came open by force or simply by accident.
So I'm going to speed through this. I
But
just want to get to the part where I can hopefully fix what I did last
the
time.
killer must have been considerably confused, with no idea how they actually got the door open.
Regardless, it was a pointless act. Wasting time trying to break down a door that wasn't locked is...
Definitely something I wouldn't do, since I would have known exactly why it wasn't opening, right?
Yes.
That is a definite possibility.
That is the only possibility.
So the killer would have to be someone who didn't know they'd switched rooms?
Which is everybody else.
Then Makoto couldn't have done it.
Thank you, Toko. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay, then who did do it?
113037.
I'm sorry, but I give up. Quit without saving.
But
You're an idiot.
what happens if we can't decide on who we think did it?
Then we'll die.
Why don't we just vote right now?
No, that's a bad idea.
rules? Do you really think that's a good idea?
I think you're panicking there, buddy.
Yeah, our necks are on the line here. Someone seriously needs to do something. For serious.
For serious.
Does no one
Good
have
grammar.
any other thoughts or questions? It does not.
Oh, as a matter of fact, I do have one question.
Oh, you.
You don't gotta sound so disappointed.
Why are you being weird?
It's fine, it's fine. Just ask your question.
This is new, I can't remember this.
Oh yeah. Okay, so,
Come on, Hina.
well, I was just wondering.
Yes. How did the killer get inside?
How did they get inside?
Maybe Sayaka just dropped the key somewhere and the culprit picked it up. That's possible, right?
I don't think so. That seems way too convenient.
No, I don't think it is that. I think they met them in the hallway on the way back from getting the knife and they had a bit of a kerfuffle.
Then maybe someone picked the lock?
Negative! If you remember, Monokuma made it quite clear that the locks are all unpickable.
Yes, they did.
Fine. How about this? The killer got in the easy way. They could have knocked and said they wanted to talk or something, and Ms.
That is right.
Mizuno just
Go with that.
let him in.
Oh, shit. Oh, no. I'm panicking. I want this done. I should probably put my phone on noise mode as well so I can actually hear the alerts coming in when it's getting closer. It's supposed to be coming now, between now and 7. So, just bear with me. So we'll see. I doubt it'll be on time because you know how these things are. What's coming? Did it? No, my mic arm and my monitor fix thing. So, well, hopeful monitor fix thing. Otherwise, I just wasted £30, but we'll figure it out.
No, that can't be it either.
Oh, trying to argue against me? Hello? What?
Why can't it be it? Because she has to do something particular how bad she was. She was right there. What did she say? She said... What was the thing that she said? There's nothing here. I'm trying to think of what she said. That's because of switching rooms.
I got it!
Yep.
Because Sayaka was already scared, remember?
Yes.
That's why she asked me to switch rooms.
Yeah,
in the first
it's like I
place.
said, it's a Wi-Fi thing I connect to the back of the monitor, which should then connect to my laptop, so I can connect to the monitor wirelessly, and it'll be a bit delayed, which then I'll just run OBS on the laptop, so on the monitor side. Then I can use the PC to then just play normally. So I mean, it doesn't matter the display slow on the OBS because I'll be looking at the main screen anyway and just chat or just have to just. Yeah, I thought of it like because I was looking at my monitor thinking, why has it not got a wireless thing? And then I thought, is there a thing you can get to add to it to make it wireless? Turns out there is. So people have already experienced this before. It's going to be a short-term fix. Hopefully, I will get it fixed in time. But I just don't want to give my laptop away to anyone I don't trust right now. So if I break it, it's my own fault. If not, then I fixed it. Same goes for you, Sako. No matter who it is, don't open the door for anyone. Even though I'm sure it's you, I absolutely won't open it. Otherwise, what's the point of even switching?
knowing what she'd been through. I just can't believe she would have opened the door for anyone.
The glare of the streaming through that laptop company wouldn't they would fix it, but they wanted me to fill out all these forms that I had to go print out, which I didn't have a printer for. And then I had to like ship it off to like Germany or something, and I'm like, it's going to go out the country. That means it's going to be trusted in airport security, and I just don't feel safe with that. I'd rather it be done locally if it's going to be taken away from me, even though I don't really want to go do that if I don't have to. So they could have fixed it, but it's like, I don't want it to go too far away, because well, I don't get the same thing back. And it's like waiting at least 3 weeks for it to even come back, so that's me out for 3 weeks doing anything, which I can't do, especially when I'm editing now. I think what she's been through, I just can't believe she went over it.
What if her being scared was a lie?
Huh?
Huh?
Well, what the hell is that supposed to mean?
Well, it means...
Why would she lie about something like that?
Because she's an untrustworthy person. You've only just met her. I mean, you knew who she was, but you just met her.
I know you don't want to consider it, but look at this and tell me. Can you still deny the possibility?
There's something I want to talk to you about. It's just to like 5 minutes consuming in my room. Check the nameplate to make sure you don't get the wrong room. Interesting.
I found a notepad during my search, and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil.
Okay, mystery evidence is a bit of bullshit. I must admit, that's a little bullshit.
And these are the words that appeared.
Oh man! I've totally seen people do that on detective shows. When you write, it can leave an imprint. Sketch over the next sheet of paper, and you can see the words.
Yeah, figure that out.
When I saw that, I was like, holy crap! I better make sure I rip the paper out before I use it from now on.
It's a pretty old-fashioned technique, but even the classics can be surprisingly useful sometimes.
Thank you.
Oh, and I should also mention, I found the notepad on the desk in Makoto's room.
Oh.
Huh?
In my room?
Which means only someone who had been in Makoto's room before the incident could have written it.
Then either it was Makoto who lived there, or Sayaka who switched rooms for a single night.
So, Makoto, did you write this?
I
No,
did not.
I didn't. But
Of course you didn't, because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature. Sayaka's signature.
Then that note. Yeah, that's kind of...
But why? Why would she write that?
Because she wanted to talk to somebody, obviously.
The note was likely her way of getting in touch with a certain someone. She must have slid it under their door to let them know she wanted to meet with them in secret.
If you got an invitation like that from the ultimate pop sensation, what young man could resist?
Control yourself. If you're...
Of course, I'm only into 2D, so it wouldn't have any effect on me.
Uh-huh.
But can we be sure anyone even got this note? And honestly, even if they did, I do not think they are at all involved in what happened.
How would you know?
Huh? What makes you say that?
Would you like to hear what I have to say?
Yes. You're clearly saying stuff you want
Very
to...
well then. Pay attention.
This is getting really interesting. This is getting so interesting. Okay. Told me that.
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct?
Yes.
But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says my room.
Yes.
I see. So if someone read that note, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Exactly. The room that Makoto was staying in. So in other words, even if someone did read the note and did what it said, they would not have any connection to what happened.
It certainly would seem that way.
I missed something. Switch between service rooms.
Sayaka and
So it's not
Makoto
this one, it's the
switched
second
rooms,
one.
correct?
Okay. Quirky Bad, hello.
The place
How are you
they
doing
were
today?
asked
Sorry, I
to
can't
be
really talk right now. This is a really
It
intense bit of the game.
specifically says my room.
You really supposed to type it. I'm not trying to waste your time.
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct?
Yes, we did.
But in the note, the place they were asked to
Did really
come
get emailed.
it specifically says my room.
I see. So if someone read
How are you
that
doing today,
note,
Quirky Bad?
then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Exactly. The room that Makoto...
No, it's wrong.
What's wrong? So let's try and get some.
The nameplates on Mai and Sayaka's rooms got switched.
Right, I should have got my guns and went for the last one. They were trying to bait me out. They really just get an email credit you to give a crypto this Valentine's. I mean, who wouldn't want a crypto gift? I mean, it's a gift you can say that you own a link to, even though you could then save the screenshot or JPEG or video file onto your desktop and then share it that way. But no, you go give a crypto gift. Do it, Troy. Don't do it. Don't encourage that shit. Yeah, thank you for the luck, Craig. Hope you're doing well. What are you streaming like today? I saw you did a thing on the old gram.
They got switched?
They got switched. Yes, that's correct.
That's right. The nameplates got switched, just like the rooms themselves. As a result, the nameplate on Sayaka's room actually had Makoto's name.
Yes, it did.
And the nameplate on Makoto's room had Sayaka's.
Yes.
So what you're saying is the room Sayaka was staying in was actually marked as her room.
Then, if someone did do what the note said, they would end up at Makoto's room where Sayaka was.
Yeah.
Plus, their rooms are right next to each other, so switching the nameplates would be no problem. And the one who switched the names was... Well, of course it wasn't you, right, Makoto?
Why would it be me?
Right?
Okay, then who did it?
How's it going, Darla? Loves to see you, you beautiful bastard. I'm good. I'm good. I just edited an episode of the podcast. Now I'm playing some Detective Bear murder game. We're trying to figure out who the killer is. Now, the only big clue that's going unanswered is the numbers 11037, which couldn't be anyone's name backwards in a mirror, surely. Definitely isn't someone we're looking at right now. But we're still trying to figure out who killed our friend Sayaka. How are you doing today? The person who could have switched nameplates. I think the other person who switched rooms, it would have been Sayaka.
I got it! Me and Sayaka were the only ones who ever knew about us switching rooms.
Otis is here. What do you want, you little shit?
So the only other person besides me who would even know to switch the nameplates was Sayaka.
You can also infer as much from her note.
Yes, that's pretty obvious. Awesome, bro. Check out your podcast. Is there a link? There is. I think I got a command for it actually, but it should pop up at some point. I do not. Damn it. Maybe it's Budgeons. There it is. Yeah, that's the link. There's a link to you. Just do a follow. Yeah, it's a role-playing podcast where you have to the guests have to go and buy a scratch card for Mother, who's played by my brother, who's the showrunner. And it is stupid. The episode I just edited has guests who just made a short film that's going to get released soon, I think, if it's not out already. Called Reduce to Clear. And it was pretty chaotic because they were all new to the game, apart from the one guy who's on the episodes 2 before. Which is fun. Yeah, so I really enjoy editing it too. I really enjoy being on it. Feels unfair, much more. This thing I want to talk to you about, just 2 to 5 minutes, come see me in my room. Check the nameplates to make sure you don't get the wrong route, okay?
She specifically tells the reader to check the nameplate. She would only have written that if she knew the nameplates had been switched.
But why would she switch them in the first place?
I have no fucking idea.
She wanted someone to come to the room she was in, and also hide the fact that it was Makoto's room.
What?
This is so strange.
Inviting someone to your room, but not telling them you'd switched rooms. Why would anyone do that?
She's got something to hide.
To
clearly.
understand that, we first need to understand what happened after she invited the person into the room.
Well, looks like they had a fight and then they killed her. So,
That's where the answer lies.
I mean, that's pretty much what happened.
What happened then was probably whoever she invited over came in and attacked her. We figured it out. We know who did it. Whoever she invited over is the culprit.
That's not. You're stupid.
But we still don't know who it is, you goddamn idiot.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, Mondo.
Sayaka fought with your killer there in the room, yes?
But Leon looks like he's just tweaking out. It's like Jesse Pink.
Perhaps the answer to our previous question lies in that initial struggle.
Yeah.
Yes, I think you're right.
Then... we just have to figure out what happened during the fight, right?
Right.
That reminds me. There was a replica sword at the murder scene. Was that perhaps used during the fight?
Oh yeah. What's the deal with that sword?
Sayaka suggested I should hold on to it. I thought it might come in handy if I had to defend myself. It seems pretty likely that the killer used it to break Sayaka's right wrist.
How the hell could you possibly know that's what broke her wrist?
Because when you look, there was no doubt there was gold on it. Obviously.
I got it!
Yeah.
All you have to do is take a good look at her broken wrist, and it should become pretty clear. Right there where her wrist is all swollen, there's something glittery there. See?
Mm-hmm.
Is that gold?
It is gold. Well, thank you, Darlo. We appreciate that. My brother would appreciate it too. You're a champion.
It sure is.
And
Specifically,
there's plenty of episodes,
the
about
gold
6
color
hours worth
from
of
the
episodes now to
replica
catch up on.
sword.
So if you've got time to kill and you like stupid shit, then by all means give it a listen.
You barely have to touch that stuff, and it'll stick right to you. And there's some on her wrist because...
I got it! Because she got hit with the sword, right there on her wrist!
Yeah. Good job.
I see. And so the truth draws.
Let's go for those highlighted words.
closer.
The text box did it. That's right, it is a piss yellow text box. The podcast buddy shall do it for sure. Yes. And also check out Sitcam podcast as well, Reddit, if you'd like people to do podcasts about sitcoms. I'm not in that, but he is in that, and our other friends are on that, and they talk about Friends mostly. But they're going to do How I Met Your Mother at some point soon, and other stuff too. So if you want to give them a listen, do it. Tell them I sent you.
Alright, then it's about time to solve this mystery.
It is. What happened in my room? And what led to Sayaka's death? That's what you need to make clear. There is a piss yellow bit more there to learn, but non-stop debates. Sure. You get used to these non-stop debates? I mean, stop letting multiple truth bullets in your truth cylinder. Just like the weak spots, only one of those bullets can actually refute a proper statement. In other words, from here on out, you'll have to combine the right truth bullets with the right weak spots to refute each statement. What do I think of it? You mean this game? I'm loving it. It's so much Kukunari. We're about to do we're in the middle of the first debate. There's a mysterious code 11037 which couldn't mean anything. It definitely isn't someone's name in reverse in a window. But I just don't know what it could mean. I have no idea. Yes, hello, how are you doing? If you come with the wrong combination, you'll take damage when moving from this stage. Press I1 to rotate the cylinder and switch forward. Okay. You can hold down and do that. Okay. Oh, I love difficulty. You set the kind fewer bullets. Go ahead and do the server. What is this time of difficulty you set to me? What? Make my argument. Fuck. Epic sword, kitchen death. Epic sword.
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword, and that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack.
And that's what broke Miss Maizono's wrist.
So, she tried to fight back. She grabbed the kitchen knife she had hidden away.
But then the culprit took that from her too.
And they killed her with it.
What?
And that's exactly what happened.
I'm trying to figure out what this is so I can understand it. First, this one really attack first. The next question has certain part of the sword got damage.
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword, and that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack.
Let's do seeing as I don't do it. We've messed up. We've got three contradictions left. Four. Shit.
When the fighting broke out,
Right.
the culprit grabbed the sword, and that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack.
No.
And that's what
No, I
broke
messed
Miss
up.
Maizono's wrist.
I pressed the wrong button.
So, she tried to fight back.
Yep. Okay.
She grabbed the kitchen knife she had hidden away.
But then the culprit took that from her too.
I'm freaking out. I'm freaking out.
And that's exactly what happened.
The sheath is first. The sheath is the first one. I need to remember what the button is first. Look at this triangle. Okay.
When
I'm
the
just
fighting
okay.
broke out,
Fighting broke out.
the culprit grabbed the sword,
Yep.
and that's when the first blow was dealt.
I'm wrong.
A sword-based sneak attack.
No, it's wrong.
That is wrong.
Actually, no. I don't think the fight started with the sword.
No, because there's slash marks on it.
Why not?
Because the sword's sheath had been scratched.
Yep.
See? There's a gash in it. Like someone cut into it with something sharp.
Yes.
Something sharp? You mean like the kitchen knife? That was the only sharp thing found at the scene.
Yep.
Stop jumping ahead. Slow down and explain it so I get what the hell's going on.
If
Yeah,
the
okay.
sword was used first, there wouldn't be any explanation for the scratch on the sheath.
So either she left the knife out or she defended herself with the sword. I don't know. Oh, does she not helping? You can't go on there. No.
If you were going to attack with the sword, you'd take it out of the sheath first, right?
Yeah.
That's true. With the sheath on, it'd be heavy and bulky and useless as shit.
I just beg to differ. He can do what he wants in terms of complaining, but it's not going to choose the fact that he's in the way.
Okay, so how did the sheath get damaged?
Well, she's the defense because they were
If they got
attacking you.
attacked with the kitchen knife, maybe
Yeah.
they grabbed the sword as a defensive impulse.
Thank you, Crooked Brad.
In that situation,
Yeah,
there
what are you
wouldn't
streaming
be
tonight,
any
Crooked
time
Brad?
to actually unsheath the sword.
So you're saying the sword was initially used to defend against an attack from the knife?
Yeah.
Which means whoever had the kitchen knife was the one who attacked first.
I think I get it. So here's how it all played out. The culprit came in, found the kitchen knife hidden there somewhere. Then they took the knife and attacked Sayaka before she knew what was happening.
Well, then how would she have the broken
So
wrist?
she grabbed the sword to defend herself. But then
Okay.
the culprit took that from her too.
Sure.
Then, after they broke her wrist with the sword, they took the knife and finished it.
Sorry, but I don't think Sayaka used the sword to defend herself.
No, I don't either.
What? How the hell can you not think that?
Because she never held the sword at all. There's a certain part of her body that makes this clear.
Yeah, it's the wrists. Her palms.
I got it! You're talking about her palms, right?
Mm-hmm.
The palms of her hands were perfectly clean, so I don't think she ever picked up the sword.
Correct.
How can you know that just by looking at her palms?
Because we fucking explained that, you bloody idiot.
Like I said before,
Here we go.
the gold coating on
The
that
pissy yellow
sword
gold
comes
coating.
right off. All you have to do is touch it.
Yeah.
In fact, if you look, you'll notice that a lot of the gold has already come off the handle.
Mm-hmm.
It's safe to assume that's because whoever used the sword got some of it on their hands.
Yes.
There's really no way she could have picked it up and come away completely clean.
Be right back. I think that's my stuff. You're back. Great stuff. I'm not going to open the box. Just like, do you want me to open the box? Alright. I might remember I'm gonna. The most important thing though is this little doodad, which hopefully will make my monitor work again. But we can't play that right now. We'll play that later. I also have my mic arm, which I mean, this is big enough. It's a cheap one, but I'm not going to be like yanking it around and moving it too much. So I think it'll be sturdy. But we'll get that out ready for Friday. Just glad it's here. I knew it would come in the middle of the streaming. I tried to put it later so we can get it ready before streaming, but. This is what it is. You can't get in the box like this, it's too small. Let's disconnect the camera. Idiot. Idiot. Is that good for you? Is that good for you, Otis? No, he doesn't like it. No, he does. Alright then. Otis is in the box now. Yeah, he's come out now, he doesn't like it. Good job, Otis. Do you want to come out? He wants to leave now. But damn it. You're a pain in the ass. You want to go out? If it fits, he sits. Exactly. But he didn't fit well enough because he's a chonker. So.
20 minutes later.
Thank you, OBS, for doing that. That's cool of you. So cool. Okay, we're still good. We're still live. Whew.
Why do you say that? Is it because you think I'm ugly?
Yes, that's got such correlation. You fucking idiot.
No, that's not it
God,
at all.
I hate you. I hate you so much. No way so I can watch the gold cutting from my hands because some regulation talks about the buttons like the water was off.
I got it!
Yeah.
According to the Monokuma file, Sayaka's time of death was around 1:30 a.m. In other words, at nighttime. And the water in the bathroom shuts off at nighttime. right?
Yep.
Oh, I didn't know that. Actually, I haven't taken a shower.
Wow, you're freaking gross.
Oh my.
Oh god, fuck you.
You're no different. You smell like a big fat ugly donkey.
Got him.
I'm not sure whether to take that as an insult or a compliment.
I hate you. I hate you so much. Like, you're designed to be hated, and I know that, and you're a great character. But I hate you.
Insult, obviously.
So anyway, if Sayaka never touched the sword, then that means the killer is the only one who used the sword.
Correct.
But hold on. If that's right, then the one who damaged the sheath with the kitchen knife was...
It'd have to be Sayaka, obviously. It's not difficult to figure that out.
Sayaka? She had the kitchen knife?
Yes, because she was defending herself. Or attacking someone because they were going to do something.
But we already said that the attack started with...
The person with the knife attacked first, and the sword was used as an impromptu defense.
Then the one who attacked first was...
Sayaka?
Well, we don't know of any verbal discussions. All we did was have the physical altercation first.
Now do you understand? She wasn't a blameless victim in this.
No, far from it. It's almost as if she'd been planning to commit a murder of her own.
Correct. And then get me framed for it. What?
She took the knife from the kitchen, then invited the culprit to the room she was staying in.
This actually I didn't see coming. This is a good thing. I didn't expect this.
And if it's true that she had the kitchen knife and attacked without provocation...
Indeed. These are all the actions of an assailant.
Which brings up another point. Makoto, Sayaka was the one who suggested you two switch rooms, correct?
Correct.
Maybe the reason she wanted to switch rooms was so that she could pin the crime on you. That is a possibility, is it not?
That is 100% what she tried to do. I'm not going to believe it as a character, but me as a person playing the game.
Sayaka wanted to... on me?
Yep.
That would also explain why she would switch the nameplates.
Correct.
She wanted to get whoever she had targeted to come to Makoto's room where she was staying.
Correct.
And by committing the murder there, instead of her room, that would implicate Makoto.
Yes.
But for that to work, the target had to be lured out while still keeping the room swap a secret. If the target knew she had switched rooms, they would have become suspicious right away.
Yep. But Leon is fucking traumatized by all this.
So all that's why she switched the names?
They all are, really.
But doesn't that plan seem a little risky?
Well, clearly it is because she's fucking dead.
For one thing, even if her plan worked, Mr. Naegi would just tell everyone they'd switched rooms.
I don't know. I'm not sure our soft-hearted Makoto is capable of that kind of cutthroat behavior. I'm sure Sayaka realized the same thing, which is why out of all of us, she asked him to switch rooms.
I mean, she's not stupid, but she is dead. So she's a little stupid.
Plus, she was the ultimate pop sensation.
Ultimate piss yellow pop sensation.
A totally forgettable kid. Or a national superstar. Who are you more likely to believe?
Wait, then you're saying she had this all planned out?
It wasn't on a fucking whim, was it, you moron?
Holy shit!
But in the end, her plan backfired.
Clearly.
She launched her attack with the knife.
Yes,
then
Bacon.
found
I was
herself
just
on
finished
the
editing the
second
podcast episode, not the one that we just did. This was the first one that none of us were in. So I thought, well, do that and then do a stream. Here we are. So yeah, I'm good. How are you doing? She was trying to attack. I don't know.
That must be when her wrist got broken, and she was forced to drop the knife.
So she was disarmed and
The
then...
tables were suddenly turned on her, and she died at the hands of the one she planned to murder.
That seems like the case.
Hold on! That can't be true!
That is pretty much... Well, we don't know if it's true, but that's definitely what it seems like.
Because...
Because...
Hey!
Correct.
You're being super boring right now. Come on, hurry up and decide who did it. Wouldn't it be awful if I had to punish you all just because you ran out of time?
I mean, that'd be hilarious, so let's do it.
Oh yeah, we gotta decide who we think did it.
Thank you, Dan Avidan.
Makoto, right now you just need to concentrate on figuring out the answer.
Why
to
me?
this
There are
mystery.
other people here. There are 13 of us here besides me.
If we can't uncover who murdered Sayaka, it's over for all of us.
No, there are 12 others besides me. There are 13 of the other. This episode longer than usual, so the Majami is just trying to do it. Excellent. Excellent, love to see it. I was committed to find out, okay, what can I do? I mean, as far as clues go, there's nothing left. That's not true. There are many things we've not discussed yet. My phone just beeped. It's for a dying message.
It's easy just to say, hey, decide who did it. But there just aren't any more clues, right?
That's not true.
No, it's wrong. There still might be one clue left. Sayaka's dying message.
Yes.
Dining? Wait, what did you say?
The dying message. She wrote something on the wall behind her.
So now I'm going to do Witcher 3, but excellent. A very, very good game. One I need to play more of, but just haven't got time for. How are you finding it? I'm going to show you like it. So I mean, it's very good.
11037.
Yeah, I don't know what this means. This could mean anything. It definitely isn't someone's name backwards. I just don't know what it could mean. No idea.
Well, before we get too far into that, I need to ask, can we really be sure that Sayaka is the one who wrote it?
Yes, we can.
I got it!
Easy.
Her left index finger had
I love it. It's fucking huge. It really is. It really is. Like, I thought the first part was huge. Then you get open up into the main world, and it's like, oh. After you kill the griffin and get put into the big world. Yes, I mean, there's so much to do on it, and it's like kind of overwhelming.
That could only be because she used that finger to write the message.
Correct.
I see. She broke her right wrist during the fight, so she'd have to use her left hand to write.
Yeah, I'm not even looking at the expansions. I'm not even looking at the expansions.
Sure. I think we can all agree Sayaka wrote it. But still.
Still.
What the heck do those numbers mean?
Yes. What do these numbers mean, Mason?
1037.
What could it possibly mean? I mean, none of us have an idea. Leon doesn't have any ideas.
Hey, Chihiro. You're a computer nerd or whatever, right? You should know all about numbers and shit.
You need to play Blood and White. It's the best expansion that anyone's put out since the Shivering Isles. I don't do talking stuff that I don't understand. I haven't played the game enough. I've literally played it like maybe for a week, and then I just had other stuff to do, and there's like no time for it because it's just taken over.
No, that's not... Yes, I'm a programmer, but I don't see any kind of meaning in these numbers.
Of course. It's because they're not numbers.
It's because they're not numbers. What do you mean?
Oh, yeah, it looks like...
Huh? What?
What could it possibly mean, guys?
No, it's just... look at the numbers, assuming they're not numbers.
Pasta, welcome on in, my friend. How are you doing today? How's it going? We're about to solve a murder. We're about to solve a murder, and we're trying to figure out what these numbers mean.
Don't these first two, 1-1, look less like two numbers and more like one letter?
The gang's all here. Cray. The gang's all here. Let's get some shout-outs, Bacon. Everyone who's a name that is a streamer, which is pretty much everybody, please give them a shout-out. Including yourself. So, that could be a letter, so it's probably an N or something, right? Trevor is so iconic, his starting soon screen is a highlight.
You're right. The connecting line is barely there, so I assumed it was 1-1, but...
It is. I mean, It's not true, Tara.
He is a natural born user.
It's not true.
That's for sure.
I think Kukanori was here too. Let's give Kukanori a shout out.
Oh, I think that did it. No,
Damn.
spiritual gamer.
Yeah, how you stay past it?
That was very well timed. So there should be a sound.
You give you two bacon because you're the mod.
At the bottom of the chat that you're able to just go through and use sound alerts for.
So
Looking at it now,
I'm ready, I'm ready.
also read it
I'm
as an
ready.
N.
I did it! I'll do another one just because. Like, it's fun. Here you go.
You might have finally just said something worth a shit.
Actually, no, I didn't hear through.
Craig, explain what's going on here. I don't understand.
I'm not gonna do another one in case it's warm.
What is this? It's a good time either way.
Thank you!
I don't think something else. Shit.
Our little princess are really getting excited now.
God damn it!
So this is.
Volume down!
Yeah, I'm tired. I just woke up. Solving Murder 8. Blue's Clues look different. It's. I wish it was Blue's Clues, but I also think Monokuma is great. Basically, our anime girlfriend died. She got kind of implying to be our girlfriend. She might have been lying. And we're trying to figure out what did it. Turns out she may have been trying to kill somebody in my room and frame it on me. And we're trying to figure out who actually was when she tried to kill that ended up killing her. And the name begins with N, by the looks of it. But what could the name mean?
But even if that really is an N, N037, doesn't make any more sense than before.
I love this clip. This is what my brother called breaking up. Called breaking up in the middle of a game because he was dying a lot.
It's hard!
I've never seen Blue's Clues. I think I was too old for it.
I can't. It's not such a thinking, it's the doing. I'm sorry.
Oh, that was such a good time, babe. You need to play the second one. You need to play the second one. You really do. That was Bacon's weird noises. So like a Pokemon. It's a good day, Tara. It's a very good day. But that means no sense. It means no sense. That's also meaning no sense. Damn it, it's no use, Silver. I just don't know. What could those numbers mean?
Rotate the image 180 degrees.
I mean, you could just fucking tell me. You know the answer clearly if you can just do that. Yes. Huh. Wait a minute. Rotate it. It couldn't possibly be Leon after all this time.
Oh my god. Now I see. She wrote down the killer's name.
Huh? You just shot past the clue part and right onto who did it.
Yes.
So, whose name did she write?
I mean, it obviously must be Hifumi because that's what it must be because it's got an N in it. I mean, what could it be? What could it be? It should be crystal clear. Select someone. Who's it? I mean, whose name has an N in it and then 4 letters? I mean, who could it be? Wait a second. There's an N in Leon's name, and then there's a 0. And if you do it capital letters, the E is a 3 backwards, and then it's a 7. It's Leon.
Here's my answer.
I mean, it's fucking obvious.
The key to solving this mystery was simply to rotate the writing 180 degrees. If you turn the message around,
God damn it.
it becomes the letters L-E-O-N.
That's right.
L-E-O-N. Or more accurately, Leon.
I mean, that's the exact same as being as accurate as saying L-E-O-N. It's just what it says. That's right, buddy. It was you all
What the
along.
hell are you talking about? It's just a coincidence.
You're a coincidence.
It's just a bunch of random squiggles that happen to look like my name.
If you're a bunch of random squiggles that happen to look like your name.
No, it's not random at all.
Yep.
She wrote that message on the wall behind her as she was leaning up against it.
Yes.
In that position, she couldn't move to write normally, and had to write upside down, as it were.
Uh-huh.
And as a result, when you look at it standing in front of her, it ends up getting flipped.
Right.
Try it for yourself if you want. Write something sitting like her, and the letters will be inverted.
Sure. That means let's not do that.
That sounds like one hell of a stretch to me.
You're one hell of a stretch to me.
I'm the killer? You can't just go and say shit like that.
Well, we just did, because it says your name.
If you're not the killer, then why did you try to destroy the evidence?
Huh?
Huh?
You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The evidence Leon tried to get rid of?
The evidence you're trying to get rid of. That's the thing, found. Yeah, blah 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 burnt shirt piece. That's the one.
I got it! You mean the burnt shirt piece I found laying on the ground by the incinerator, right?
As the killer stabbed Sayaka, they must have gotten some of her blood on them.
I am the evidence to the yes. It was me all along.
And to
It's me,
dispose of the
Austin.
shirt covered in the victim's blood, they threw it into the incinerator.
They did a fucking good job, did they?
But one piece burned off and got left behind.
It's not. That's also a really shit incinerator.
And the killer didn't notice.
Like,
If
honestly.
They had, they most certainly would have panicked. Isn't that right, Leon?
Isn't that right indeed, Leon?
But is one scrap of fabric enough to conclude that Leon is guilty?
Yeah, I mean, Leon's not the only one wearing a white button-up.
It's true.
That's right. There are plenty of other people here with shirts like mine.
So you're saying that shirt is like yours as well?
With just that one little charred piece, there's no way you can say for sure who it belongs to.
You're right. That alone isn't enough. But there are some other points that may reveal the truth.
And they are.
Are you finally starting to understand? The answers to all the riddles are right here.
This is getting intense.
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna get it though. What remains to ship? Which the kills never get rid of. Something we need to pay attention to. When? What do you mean? No, that's bad. That's bad. Okay, it's fine. It's fine. Where? That's okay. I'm wrong, stupid. Watching this in Yellow Jackets just reinforcing the idea that teenagers are fucking real. I mean, everyone here has been a teenager at some point. We were all awful. So it must be how then?
If you look closely at how the shirt was disposed of, we should be able to figure out who the killer is.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I think I know what you're gonna say.
Sure.
You can't reach the incinerator without opening the gate in front of the trash room, right?
Correct.
And obviously, you wouldn't be able to hit the switch to turn it on either. You'd need the key to get in, and the one with the key was the person on cleaning duty.
Correct.
So the killer had to be whoever was in charge of taking care of the trash, right?
Interesting.
Interesting. That's you. That was you, though. No, that's wrong. There's another way you said read that being one of the Queen duty. That's exactly what proves that Leon is a real killer. Sure. Shout across the book.
The key to the trash room. Whoever was on cleaning duty must have had it, right?
So the only one who could get to the incinerator was the person in charge of the trash?
And you'd have to get close to the incinerator in order to destroy the evidence.
which means the only possible suspect is whoever had the trash room key.
Okay, so the person who would have had the trash room key was... Huh? Me?
It's not you. No! There's absolutely a way to use this without using the trash key. Yes!
The key to the trash room. Whoever was on cleaning duty must have had it, right?
Right, so it's turning on the switch is what I got the fix
The
on.
incinerator was the person in charge of the trash?
And you'd have to... No, that's wrong.
There we go. Teenagers are stinky, like in every possible sense.
Hold on. I think I know how someone could dispose of the evidence without using the trash room key.
Yes, and how is that? How is that leap of logic? We're going to do. Let's find out.
But if you can't get past the gate, you couldn't possibly turn on the incinerator, could you?
If only there's something we could throw at the buttons.
If you use this.
If you use this.
Some kind of glass ball? It's busted to hell.
Actually, it was supposed to be a crystal ball, but
But how would you use it?
How do you use it? You'll have to use the glass. I mean, throw it, obviously.
I got it! The killer simply took aim at the incinerator switch and threw the ball through a gap in the gate.
Yes, and the person who had to do that would have to have been like
and the incinerator would come
an amazing baseball player, which he is.
Someone threw that through a gap in the gate?
Yeah.
Remember what you said before, Hifumi?
Yes. Someone turned the incinerator on. Very strange. I was certain of it last night when I was down here. Perhaps it was worth the ferry.
Hifumi had the key, so the only way the incinerator could have been turned on without his knowledge was because the killer was able to hit the switch without opening the gate.
Right.
Once they got the incinerator going, all they had to do was ball up the shirt and toss it in.
Right.
Hey, come on! What the hell is this?
This is figuring out it was you.
All you have to do is look at the scene to know that the killer never actually went inside the trash room.
Right.
The shards of broken glass, the incinerator left running, the piece of shirt that escaped the fire.
He's a
If
piece of
the killer
shit.
had been on cleaning duty, the evidence would have been taken care of much more thoroughly.
Yes.
Wait, no, just hold on.
Uh-huh.
But the distance from the gate to the incinerator has to be at least 30 feet, right?
Yes, this piss yellow 30
The
feet.
pinpoint accuracy you'd need to throw a glass ball that far and hit something that
So have
small.
everybody figured this out? Can we get to the point?
Someone really do that?
Could someone really do it? Yes.
That's right. There's no way. It'd be
It
impossible.
would be impossible unless you're good at baseball.
Difficult, absolutely. Impossible? I don't think so. Because the killer is...
Ultimate baseball star.
I got it!
Bang bong.
Because the killer is the ultimate baseball star. Isn't that right, Leon? Do you have any idea how stupid you sound right now?
Jenny, how stupid you sound right now.
A target 30 feet away would surely be little challenge for the ultimate baseball star.
You can't be serious.
Only your own skills were your downfall.
I'm not the killer!
Yes, you are.
These goddamn shipper brains have got it all wrong, I'm telling you!
No, I think we've got it all right, buddy.
You still won't admit it? Okay then. Makoto, go ahead and review the incident one more time to make his crime perfectly clear.
I can remember everything.
And with that, we can end this.
Yes, we should definitely end this because...
Listen to me! What the hell do you mean, end this?
And you killy bastard.
Say what you want, Leon. But all the questions have been answered. And the truth has been revealed. Now here's what happened.
Yes. Closing out, let's begin. I think I have to. Each class has one last element to bring to the class trial to end. In which case, this is going to be the piss yellow closing argument. In this phase, you have to go piss yellow complete summary of the case. You have to reproduce the flow of events for the case in the form of a piss yellow comic book. However, you'll notice that the comic book there are a number of piss yellow pieces missing. It's up to you to piss yellow complete the comic using the piss yellow truth panel. Also, if you take aim in the missing section and press the X button, it's going to give it to you. You get a hint that might lead to the breakthrough. Good lord. Act 1. Okay, this is like a manga, so it's going to be just that. So she tried to lure him in and do a stab, and then he dodged. Bam, and then ka-chink, bap, and that is what wait. Wait, did I do that wrong? Did they? Let's drop the knife. Bam. Because I broke her arm. And then so she then ran into the bathroom. Scared, right? Then picked the lock, got in, and then did the stabby. It's like shit. Okay. No, wait. That's wrong. That goes here. Then that goes here. Those some faults. I think that's right. So she did the righty, he's like, oh, I was here, but I didn't shut up. Then it was yeet. Then yeet. And then yeet.
The killer is you! I think I'd better take one more look back at the case from the beginning. Last night, the killer went to the room Sayaka was in. In other words, my room.
I didn't want to be puzzle solving. I'm bad at these.
From what we can tell, Sayaka invited that person there intending to kill them.
Yes.
She attacked them with the knife she'd taken from the kitchen earlier.
Yes.
But then something happened that she wasn't prepared for. They grabbed the fake sword I put in my room and fought back.
Yes.
During the struggle, a strike from the sword broke Sayaka's right wrist.
And then she got the knife. What? So is that it? She got the knife, that was right. And it was defending. That's like the red herring one, right? Don't know. What did the killer do next? I guess they went for her, right? That's... And then she went into the bathroom. That's her dropping the knife.
Here's exactly what happened.
I'm gonna fuck this up right now.
During the struggle, a strike from the sword broke Sayaka's right wrist.
Yeah. And you got the sword out.
And that's when she lost her grip on the kitchen knife.
Yes.
Finding herself cornered, Sayaka panicked and ran into the bathroom.
She did.
The killer went after her, but couldn't get the bathroom door open.
Mm-hmm.
What they didn't know was that my bathroom door got stuck easily, and there was a trick to opening it.
Yep.
Sayaka knew about that because I told her, but of course the killer had no way of knowing.
No, it's soundproof.
So instead, the killer forced the door open, took the kitchen knife, and stabbed Sayaka.
Right. Easy. She didn't use her last breath.
But with what strength she had remaining, Sayaka left a dying message. To keep the killer from noticing, she wrote it on the wall behind her. And with that, all her strength was gone.
She died in my shower, and that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be fun to bathe in later.
The killer quickly began destroying the evidence.
Yep.
First, they took off their shirt, which was covered in their victim's blood.
Yes. Then we cleaned my
Then
room.
they took the lint roller in my room and cleaned up the entire area. They wanted to make sure they got rid of any trace they'd ever been there.
That's obvious.
Afterwards, the killer headed to the trash room to destroy their bloody shirt. They tried
This
to burn
is so
the
straightforward.
shirt
There's that one
using
thing
the
that got wrong
incinerator
earlier.
there.
Yeah.
But
So
the trash room was blocked off by an especially sturdy gate, preventing access to the incinerator.
of course.
So they came up with a plan to use Hiro's crystal ball, which he'd left in the laundry room.
He's an idiot.
The killer managed to throw the ball through the gap in the gate and hit the incinerator switch.
Yes.
For any normal person, that'd be an impossible throw. But the killer had the confidence to take a shot. And that's because the killer was the ultimate baseball star.
Hell yeah. Smash.
The crystal ball, thrown with absolute precision, hit the switch on the incinerator, which then quickly roared to life.
First nobody heard it, for sure. The smash, I mean. Spending the night. Time travel's better at night. And then
Having destroyed the final piece of evidence, they left the area with, I imagine, a sigh of relief. But there was one thing they missed. Part of the shirt they'd thrown into the fire burnt away and fell out of the incinerator.
Yeah.
The killer didn't notice this, and so left behind a piece of indisputable evidence.
That explains also why it was just like haphazardly put in because they couldn't get it in properly.
Isn't that right, Leon?
Isn't that right, Leon? Fuck you.
It would appear that Hiro simply forgot his crystal ball in the laundry room.
Yeah.
You went there to try and wash the blood out of your shirt, and that's where you saw it, right? Seeing the ball, you thought of a way to take care of everything.
Because you thought baseball would save
So,
you.
Leon, do you object to anything that's been said?
Well, of course he's gonna object to it because he doesn't want to get killed.
Do I object? Hell yes, I object! Of course I do! I object! I object! I object! I mean, all of this is just a bunch of stupid theories! You need evidence! Where's the evidence?
evidence. It's all bullshit. It's bullshit and I refuse to acknowledge it.
Well then, I guess this is as good a time as any to present the evidence that proves you did it.
Yeah.
Makoto, I believe you're in possession of that evidence.
Yeah, I am. I have the official evidence. Sure. I mean, I guess I do. So during class rally, I think some people want to hear what they have to say. I mean, that's obvious. What happens if you have to engage them with a head-to-head battle? Bullet time battle. DT'd up. By the way. Okay. Doing this, you must destroy your opponent's evidence of the time of the fucking rhythm game. Great, we're dead. You should press the tempo blocker as they move across the screen. Sure. I just want to lock onto opponent's statement. It's really evidence you'd like to. Okay. Okay. This method deal damage to your opponent if you can't pull it off, you'll be one in pain. Good, consecutive units that can't work, keep going to initiate tempo up. Also keep missing, get tempo down. Tempo changes so the timing. Switch out. Deal enough damage to your opponent in the weak spot statement will appear. At this point you press triangle to shoot. Down with the shoot bullet looking at the statement. Alright. If you hit the statement in fast enough and you'll come up victorious. Before, okay. I'm a bit safe here because this is gonna be me sucking a butt.
From the doorknob, they didn't use anything from your room to do it. Instead, they must have used something that belonged to them.
Yep.
I refuse to acknowledge you. You're stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid.
That is such a sound argument. I can't believe that no one's ever used that before.
Stupid, 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 stupid.
Again, I mean, just calling me stupid is just going to prove that I can't do this. Figure out. And this is toolkit.
Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance. It wasn't me.
What am I doing?
You lost.
Okay, I can't see it.
Shut up. Where's your proof?
I don't understand. I don't understand what I'm.
Not a chance.
What?
You lost. Shut up.
What?
Where's your proof?
I don't understand.
You kidding me?
I don't understand. I don't understand this. This makes no sense. This doesn't have any. I don't understand what that was supposed to make me do. I don't get that. I don't get that at all. Sure. I was pressing buttons. It wasn't doing the thing. Something class showed. You press the bullet time. Yep. Yeah, I know what I want to do. It's not clear how to do it. Like it's just match the button presses. Yeah, I've been doing that. Yeah. Okay. That. What? So I just. Sure. So I'm pressing the button I'm supposed to press, and then I got to lock onto shit. Yeah, okay, fine. Let me try it again.
When the killer removed the screws from the doorknob, they didn't use anything from your
Don't
room
be
to
sure.
do
Yeah,
it.
Aaron. I can imagine. This is bullshit. I quit the game. It's stupid. Then it's like, oh, I get it. I mean,
Instead, they.
I get.
refuse to acknowledge stupid.
Aaron isn't wrong when he gets angry at video games for being unclear, because they should be more clearer than we have to do. I find it some fucking cryptic. It's a bad interface.
Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance. It wasn't me. Stupid. You lied. Stop talking. Shut up. Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance. Stupid.
What?
You lied. Shut up. Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance. It wasn't me. Stupid.
What?
You lied. Stop talking.
What am I? What?
Shut up. Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance.
This is nonsense. This is nonsense. I'm kind of pressing buttons and just... Oh, so they spelled congratulations wrong. Yes, I want to give it another shot.
I refuse to give up yet.
I refuse to give up. Time loop. Because all trials have a retry. Now let's just fucking practice. All we can do is practice.
I refuse. Stupid. Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance. It wasn't me. Stupid. You lied. Stop talking. Shut up. Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance.
What?
Stupid.
I don't...
You lied. Shut up. Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance. It wasn't me. Stupid. You lied. Stop talking.
So it's not circle I'm pressing. It's not circle. Okay. It's a circle button.
Chance. Stupid. You lied. Shut up.
What? This is fucking stupid. This is the stupidest thing. Like, it's a big circle button where you got to press things. Clearly it looks like a circle, but no, it's triangle. Why is it like...
Is this...
I'm frustrated and annoyed. Frustrated and annoyed at this. Look at this one more time. See, that's a fucking circle. Why is it like a circle, but you got that fucking press? Yeah. What's your button press? Yeah. But make the button press not like a fucking circle when it's not a circle you need to press. This is dumb. This is... I hope the sequel's better than this in terms of like this part, because this just makes no sense. It doesn't look...
When the killer removed the screws from the door instead...
We're only going to go for 2 hours if I can't do this, but I'm not going to be stuck here forever. I've got things I want to do.
I refuse to acknowledge you. You're stupid.
You're stupid.
Stupid.
Hit by the fucking minigame, that makes no sense.
You kidding me? Not a chance. It wasn't me. Stupid. You lied. Stop talking. Shut up. Here's your proof.
So what?
Not a chance. Stupid. You lied. Shut up.
What?
Here's your proof. You kidding me? Not a chance. It wasn't me. Stupid. You lied. Stop talking. Shut up. Here's your proof.
This is dumb. This is the dumbest fucking thing. This is the dumbest fucking thing. So don't press triangle. Pressing X, I guess. It just doesn't. I hate this. I hate this.
When the killer instead...
I refuse to acknowledge you. Stupid.
You're stupid. You give me.
Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance. It wasn't me. Stupid. You lied. Stop talking. Shut up. Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance. Stupid. You lied. Shut up. Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance. It wasn't me. Stupid.
I'm kind of getting it now, but it still sucks.
Stop talking. Where's your proof?
This should prove it.
It's the dumbest fucking thing. I hate it. I hate it so much. It's awful. It's the worst fucking thing I've ever seen.
The screws on the bathroom doorknob were removed. I wonder what kind of tool the killer used to remove that.
Yep.
I mean, it had to be a screwdriver, right?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure the toolkits we got each had one inside.
Yep. They did. They should do fucking toolkit because they got a screwdriver.
Must be what he used. There aren't any other tools anywhere.
I mean that.
But the toolkit in my room had clearly never been used.
Yep.
That's because the culprit didn't know it was your room. They thought they were in Sayaka's room.
Yep.
Only the boys got toolkits, so the killer naturally assumed there wouldn't be one in there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then whose toolkit did the killer use?
Stupid!
That's again your brilliant argument. How
It had to be their very own toolkit.
right?
Stupid!
Again, you're just once again just outsmarting us all.
Leon, would you mind
I
showing
mean, I
us
know I
your
got
toolkit?
that stupid mini game.
If I'm right about this, then the screwdriver will show some evidence of being used.
Stupid!
Huh? And if you say you used it for something else, you'll have to explain exactly when, where, and why.
And let me say this right now.
Yep.
I lost it isn't an excuse at this point.
Stupid.
Because I don't think stupid's a very good argument. I think he's done for. We get to see him die at least. I don't want to see
So,
that.
you have no rebuttal?
Yeah, I guess the other one is stupid.
Then it would seem we are finished here.
Better take an aim my first go. It's pretty poggers. Took long enough. I'm not happy with it. I'm still not happy with it, but I mean, it is very unclear. Like, it makes no sense to just.
Looks like you've reached your verdict. Then are we ready to cast our votes?
Sure.
You all have a lever in front of you. Use it to make your selection. Oh, just to remind you all, make triple sure you vote for someone. You wouldn't want to be punished for something so minor, right? Okay, then let's get excited!
I'm just, okay.
Who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one?
I want to see the. Let me read the comic. I want to see the
What's it gonna be?
CCTV as well.
What's it gonna be?
Just shut up and let me do it. So you got it right in the night. Back in this case, one that killed Sayaka. None of them Leon. I mean, the fact that she wrote Leon on the wall and the fact that she was dead is. Yeah.
Huh? Hey, hold on.
1 second. When you hold on. Leon, did you really kill Sayaka? I don't believe it.
You son of a bitch!
What the hell's wrong with you?
I didn't have a choice.
You could have not killed her. It was kill or be killed. You could have not sent.
That's why.
I killed her first.
None of you are any different!
One wrong step and you'd be the ones doing it. True, but I mean, you could have just not went. Complete chance I went like this. Why did you choose to go in her room in the first place? What was your reason?
Unlucky. That's all.
Your. Grr.
Hey, come on!
Did somebody just set my death? I mean, you got no choice. Everything's become clear. Decision made right after all. Don't think about that. Honestly, I'm better off I'll be wrong. Because if it came up, which is really the truth, that's piss yellow. Then that piss yellow truth is Sayaka's trying to frame me. But even if that's true, I can't say she was wrong. After all, the mastermind. It's because of that video. Even I can handle what I saw there. If I was her and that video actually has something to do with me, I couldn't even imagine. Now I'm trapped here with no way out. You're probably waiting for me. I can't afford to be stuck here. Nothing more important to her than anything else. Her dreams, her friends. Pardon me, just something like that happened to them. And Sayaka. Do whatever it took to reach that dream. I mean it. Even some things that weren't so pleasant. That's gross. It's still gross. And that's why Sayaka, for the friends that meant so much to her, that's why she betrayed me. That's when she said,
No matter what happens, please always be there for me. I need you on my side.
She was lying to you for very beginning. She was using me. Obviously. I mean, I was never trusting her to begin with. Oh, she talked to me in the first place? I guess I'll never know. I'll do a stretch. Posture is quite good. Got myself a pillow on the back. We're comfy. Because there's nothing I can do to ask her what she was thinking. Once you're dead, that's that. Boy, howdy, added a table to this trip would sure be terrifying, huh? I mean, to try and kill someone just because of those piss yellow relationships? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I mean, it's been a busy day. I need to stretch a bit more. She seems so nice and love the outside, but inside she descended into pure madness. What did you say? I understand, I really do. Yep. You're out of despair thanks to Sayaka's betrayal, right? Passion is big love. Intimacy is also a word I could say. The stronger those feelings, the stronger the despair when they collapse. Stop screwing with us, this is all your fault. Secondly, forced to do something like that. All of it, everything. It's all your fault. True. Saying your friends, you'll end up monitoring that. But
That's enough.
then goes I was, Kyoko latched onto my arm without hesitation. Her grip was like iron strong enough. I'm sure it would leave a bruise.
Calm down.
If you want to make her enemies pay for what they've done, you need to let go of it for now. True. Dang it. Ah, that was a close one. I thought for sure you were going to give me a good walloping. Just barely bloody punishment you did.
Yes, indeed.
Now then, since you're so magnificently revealed the identity of the killer during the class trial, the blackened young Kawada will receive his punishment.
Punishment?
Oh yeah, you're dead.
You mean execution?
Oh yeah.
Wait a second!
You're dead. Never choice I had to kill her.
Yeah.
The other said, I just protected myself in the heat of the moment, no self-defense.
Is that okay?
How exactly was it self-defense? You first went into the bathroom, did you not use your very own secret? After she shut up in the bathroom, you went out of your way to head back to your own room. You came all the way back, broke into the bathroom and killed her, am I wrong?
Do you understand?
You had any number of chances to stop what you were doing, but you chose not to. Yep. It's not because you had an unclouded intent to commit murder.
So, that's why...
No, that's not... Stop it. I had enough of this.
Oh.
Oh, are you sure? You're close to anyone, were you not? Killed your precious Sayaka, do you understand? Don't tell Leon it's solely to blame. I don't plan on blaming Sayaka either, because the villain blames him. What? If it weren't for you, this never happened to Sayaka or Leon. We shouldn't be fighting each other. We should be fighting against the one who put us in the situation, the mastermind.
Unbelievable.
Uh-oh. Did you awaken your sense of justice?
Hey,
Well, it just so happens that there's nothing more unethical than an unwavering sense of justice. After all, it's people like that sort of mentality that perpetrate war in the world. Is that the kind of justice that's awakened within you? Just shut up. Okay, well anyway, more importantly, we'll tell you everything everyone's waiting for, the punishment. I want to die.
I'm begging you! Please, don't do this!
Hey!
No begging, no excuses. You must pay the penalty for breaking the rules. Society demands it.
Stop! Please!
Now then, I prepared a very special punishment!
Okay.
No!
Is he going to be pitched into an incinerator?
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
Let's do it. No! It's going to be interesting. I was assuming you'll get to see this one on the monitors. But we have to watch it even better. Thousand Blow! Guys, I think he's dead. He's definitely dead now. Everyone here's got a face that we can see. And now it's covered in magenta. The magenta was actually red blood this time. Either way, he's dead. Can't say that I'm sorry. I didn't really like him as we good with him. I thought he was a bit too smarmy. What we saw. That was the true face of despair. I mean, if we can't call it that, what else can we call it?
Extreme!
Woohoo, extreme! Man, my adrenaline is pumping right out of control. What he said. What's going on?
I can't take it.
Do we have to keep doing this? I just can't take it.
Well?
I don't like it. All you gotta do is swear to cut ties to the outside world and stop living here forever. Looks like every single one of you can get on board with that. Hoo. That, what you said.
Damn you!
Oh, fuck you, what are you gonna... Fuck are you gonna do this stupid shit on us?
What the heck?
You can make it sound like I'm such an awful, dark, secret side to identify.
Say what?
Or in this case, a dark, awful, secret side to have a bet.
Well...
So why are you putting up standing citizen like me through such grim ordeal?
Hey,
It seems like you're trying to use common sense to make sense of something that doesn't make sense. It's like trying to put a mile on a scale. I said it's possible. Hey, I don't think just saying and what I'm saying put it together.
Dude, shit.
You piece of shit. I don't know who you are, but I'm gonna pound your ass into the ground. Crazy. You must really hate me so to get so angry, huh? But if you do that, you're barking way up the wrong tree. It hadn't happened because more than one of you decided you wanted to get out, right? No matter how many time passes, I'm so tired. You can't cut free of your regrets from the outside world. You're to blame. Of course we can't cut free of the outside world. We've been checking this insane place. You're pissed yellow trapped, are you? Well, I'm sure once you learn all this through school, you'll think you could change the shit. You think pissed yellow thoughts of the boy, isn't this wonderful how we'll get to live here forever?
What does this mean?
What are you trying to say?
Hey,
Oh, nice and deep. Really hurt here. What's that for?
Chills! Kills!
Anyway, let's get to the black punishment. This one's waiting for a while for it.
hey,
Let me tell you everyone who's exactly referring to. So that's everything. I've got to say. I had to save some fun for later. And just like that, he was gone. Left to stare at a bone by night by turning to reality. Interesting. I am so tired. Even after he's gone beside however, they want to move. Actually, no, it wasn't that long, I think. Over just lost a sense of time. You were all too scared. Scared of being alone. No one even tried to speak, they just made grunting noises that sounded freakingly offensive if you say them out loud. The faces were stone, their voices dead. But it's in that moment.
just a second.
Okay, can I talk to you for a second? Should Nicholas whisper into my ear
Makoto.
before we head back? Something I want to talk to you about. It's about Sayaka, isn't it? I'm surprised you figured it out. I mean,
Listen.
I told you before the class trial started. Let's figure out the mystery of this case yourself. You wanted me to realise how Sayaka betrayed me by myself, didn't you? I thought never even crossed my mind. Apex is updated. I feel like such a fool, becoming such an easy target like that.
It's true.
Sayaka meant to double cross you. That's the fact that you can't even change. But even to the very end, she wasn't sure of her decision, that's why. As she lay dying, she was thinking of you. She was thinking of me? You had to say something like that. I mean, there's no way you could know that. Only Sayaka did for sure, and you can't ask her now.
However,
Even if you can't ask her, you can infer it, you think? The final thought was how she could protect you. What?
so
The fact that she used her last ounce of energy to leave her dying message proves it. If she didn't care what happened to you, she never would have left the message. Maybe she's wanted to get back to the person who killed her.
certainly.
Certainly one possibility, but I don't think that's what it was.
Anyway,
She was uncertain. She wasn't sure she could kill someone or deceive you, which is why her plan failed. Cessation attracts failure.
right.
What's the right if you think about it? Why are you telling me all this? Because you're the person who can overcome this. Because you can move past the deaths of your friends. Sayaka and beyond and keep moving forward.
Correct.
Without someone like that, the others would never be able to break free in such a desperate situation. Move past their deaths. That's... I could never do that. No. I'm going to carry them with me the rest of my life. How could I possibly move past something like that? Leon, Siaka, I'll carry them with me forever. I'll carry the memories with me wherever I go. So instead of forgetting them, you're choosing to hard road. I have high expectations of you. When she said that, she revealed the smallest smile.
Hey.
By the way, I have to admit, I'm curious. How did you know I wanted to talk to you about Siaka? Oh, well... I'm psychic.
What?
Huh? Killing is a pretty good intuition. God damn it. Okay. I think that's a good place to stop. Because we've completed the chapter, we have a whole new day to go. Now we've got to the bottom of the thing, and I need to eat food. Oh, it took longer than I expected. Despair Bat is present. Amazing. It's been an hour and 50 minutes, Trevor. And that's usually how long I would have done streams until I started getting... But I'm tired. I've been editing since like 1 o'clock. I basically just finished and then went straight to streaming. I've got to set up this thing so I can get my see if I can get my monitor working again. Because that means on Friday I get to play Frog Fractions. Yay! And it unlocks the ability to play more like PC games. So I don't know if raiding's going to work. I'll have to do it by my phone to be sure, because it's just not working for me and I don't understand why. So let's go full screen. Let's go full screen. I'm not going to look any more at this game for now, as in today, because let's go stay over later, don't we? So who is streaming right now that I can do a raid on? I also have any suggestions, please let me know. I think I'll try and raid Adam, because he raided me. Well, did he raid me the other day? I think he did. I honestly can't remember. I'm so tired. So we'll raid Adam Hamez. And that's it. Yep. So thank you everyone for stopping by. I will see you all Friday. Assuming this works, it'll be Frog Fractions. If not, it will be work. Oh, if he leaves at. Okay, interesting. That will save me some time, Trevor. So see if this works. If this it did. Wonderful. Please stick with this raid. I'm happy to raid out finally. Please stick by with the raid, and I will see you all soon. Take care. Goodbye, and I love you all.
Hey Rage, how's it going, dude? Thank you very much, dude.
Bye.
I'll do my best.